Hi, and welcome back to NoKiddingNews. I'm Bruno, and I'm here to keep you informed, but also engaged. Last time, we talked about Hammersmith Bridge, which has been causing chaos for thousands of Londoners over the past 2 years. We heard from 3 schoolchildren who told us how they faced long hours in cars and buses just to get to school. But my teachers always tell me I can't just complain about problems. I have to try and come up with solutions too. This episode will be doing just that. So, why don't we hear some of the solutions which have been proposed? Our candidates in no particular order are: Contestant Number One is the fabulous Foster&Partners, an architectural firm who recently revealed a radical plan to create a double-decker crossing on top of the current bridge. Our second contestant is Beckett Rankine, an engineering firm with a family history dating back to World War II. Their plan is to save the day by building a temporary bridge alongside Hammersmith Bridge. Contestant number 3 are the ferries. There are a few possible places to dock, so the ferry solution seems the simplest, but will it work out in practice? Last but not least, our final contestant would be a footbridge. Local councillors are scrapping the idea of getting vehicles across the planning, a way for cyclists and pedestrians to make their way across the river. Now that they've met our wonderful contestants, the next question is how the council has responded to these proposals. Here is Victoria from Sacred Heart School to tell us more. On to you, Victoria.
Hi, Bruno. So the bridge situation is something I'm affected by too, because I live right by Hammersmith Bridge on the south side of the river, but now I need to cycle all the way around Putney, even though my school is right by Hammersmith Broadway. So I've been keeping up with the news surrounding it as well. The bridge, this new design by Tim Beckett and his team, it would run parallel to the Hammersmith Bridge, and it already has a similar cousin in South London. But councillors are concerned that it would cause a myriad of local complaints. Mr. Beckett has said that the council was already receiving a myriad of complaints because of the bridge closure. Then the ferries are also still very much on the table, according to local councils and government, but research has shown that it would be a much trickier job than it seems. With the tides, shallow waters, and boat size needed, it would make it almost impossible to get it to work. And that's before they decide where to put it. The double-decker bridge idea by Foster&Partners architects is designed so that there is a lower pedestrian deck and then an upper deck for cars and buses. According to the plan, it won't add any extra load to the bridge and will allow the construction work to be completed without interfering with the life of the residents nearby. The workers would use the new lower pedestrian deck to complete the renovations of the bridge. Once it's completed, the temporary raised bridge would be taken away and the original one can just be used normally again. The design has not received any official response from Hammersmith and Fulham Council yet, but hopefully it might move forward in the coming weeks.
All the solutions seem viable, but none of them are beating the tunnel Elon Musk can build in just 3 weeks. Maybe it is just me, but let's hope he's listening to this podcast. A group called Hammersmith Bridge SOS has already started searching for a solution. Their initiative is circulating around local schools. Let's go straight to Lulu from Fulham Cross Girls' School, who's going to tell us a bit about who this group is and what they are doing to help.
Thanks, Bruno. The local people from southwest London are being severely affected by Hammersmith Bridge closing, so they got together and called themselves the Hammersmith Bridge SOS Group. They are desperate for the bridge to be fixed. The group felt the children needed a voice too, as our journeys to school are being severely disrupted. So, they thought that Boris Johnson, given his love of children, as he has at least 6 of his own, would listen to us. So an idea came about that we all write to him asking if he can help. Something like, "Dear Boris, all I want for Christmas is a bridge in Hammersmith because," and tell him how difficult life is without the bridge open. My friends and I have already sent ours, but we need many, many more. Please help us make an impact with sackfuls of letters by emailing or scanning your letter to lettertoborisjohnson@gmail.com, and it will be delivered to your Prime Minister with all the rest before Christmas.
So, Lulu, what are you trying to achieve?
Simply to be heard and an action plan to be put in place.
So, what's next? Unfortunately, we're still waiting for a real plan of action to be agreed. Until then, kids, there are still things you can do to help. As Lulu said, please email your letter to borisjohnson@gmail.com, and if you want to hear more, visit www.hammersmithbridgesos.co.uk. Once again, we are showing that we have the stamina and maturity to deal with this calmly. No whining. And we're just looking for solutions. And a big, big thank you to Lulu and Victoria for coming online today. Any topics you'd like to know about? Please leave a comment or question on the podcast website, www.NoKiddingNews.com. You can also listen to us on all the major platforms, Spotify, iTunes, and don't forget to subscribe. All we want for Christmas is a bridge. See you next Sunday, and thank you for listening.